see with golfers are people that are just trying to rotate the hips as much as they kind of can coming in towards the impact area, and it can cause huge problems. So let's take a look at a recent example of a golf lesson. Somebody who came through the door who had this general idea. They were trying to turn their hips a lot coming in towards the downswing, and this would often get classed very much as a sort of spinny movement. Now, the problem is if you get very spinny coming in towards the downswing position, what's going to happen is it's going to move the club very much in front of the body. And this is kind of what we see. We then see this knock-on effect where the golfer was keeping their right arm too bent, right, coming in towards the downswing position. So the club started to come down very vertically. Because the club come down very vertically, it became very difficult to control the club path. And on this particular shot, for example, it was very much sort of out to in, toe-y sort of contact, right? A lot of inconsistency, as I'm sure you can imagine, and lots of you can probably relate to, where some shots are left, leave the face open, some shots are right, some shots are mishits, etc., etc. So what I tried to explain, as I'm going to explain to you guys, is that yes, you need hip rotation. I'm not going to say that you don't. One of the phrases that I heard and I like is the idea of turning the pelvis into the leg. Now, if I was to divide myself into symmetry here with this alignment stick, what you've got to do is you've got to turn your hips, 45 degrees. But what you've also got to do is you've got to move the pelvis 4 inches towards the left-hand side. And you see the way that my right hip is, and my hips now are to the left of this alignment stick. And that's what we did that's what I did inside the lesson. We sort of spent a bit of time focusing on this feeling of rotating towards the sort of left-hand side. And that helps, right? Because if I was to do an example here where I demonstrate a spinny action again, okay, that's where my hands go. If I can move the pelvis to the left, you can see the way that my arms will naturally be more inclined to drop down the plane line. The second thing that we did is we really focused on the upper arm. So the upper arm, we really tried to essentially adduct it, which essentially means just move it much more to the side of the body. And the composition of both of these things are huge, right? When we look at the impact position, we can see the golfer was very sort of flippy, hitting the ball very much this way because this arm wasn't sure what to do. Once we spent some time working on getting this upper arm moving much more to the side of the body and incorporated the correct sort of idea of rotation, we can start to see the way that the shaft lean and things like the compression could come to fruition. So hopefully this video helps lots of you out. I massively appreciate everyone who watches, everyone who comments, everyone who reaches out for help, and I am more than happy to help you guys. I meet lots of golfers that have said they've watched the videos for years and they've tried to take on whatever the philosophy that I tend to talk about, but to be honest, most golfers are a long way away. You can have a free analysis. If you head over to the website restheritategolf.com, you'll see a link on the homepage quite high up there. You can click that, you can send a video to me to make sure you're doing the right thing, and we can learn together. Hopefully using real life examples in every video moving forward will really help you guys relate with exactly what it is that you should be doing. See you soon.